and I must wander. Oh, it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco, for I spent all me tin with the lassies drinking gin. Now o'er the western ocean I must wander. Hello. It's so lovely to be back here. I think Chris said, but we used to live in Weymouth and we moved away to Exeter. Obviously, was a very bad decision. About a year and a half ago, so it's really lovely to be back here with you all today. When we were here, I think we did have maybe a bit of a reputation for singing a lot about death and murder. So we're going to start you with a couple of those because it is a folk festival, and then we'll move on to some things that are a bit lighter, including pirates. So, you know. Okay. Get down, little Henry Lee. Stay all night with me. You won't find a girl in this damn world that will compare with me. And the wind did howl, the wind did blow, la 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 la, la 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 lee. Little bird lit down on Henry Lee. I can't get down, and I won't get down, and stay all night with thee. For the girl I have in that merry green land, I love far better than thee. And the wind did howl, the wind did blow, la 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 la, la 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 lee. A little bird lit down on Henry Lee. She leaned herself against a fence just for a kiss or two, and with a little penknife held in her hand, she plugged him through and through. And the wind did howl, the wind did blow, la 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 la, la 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 lee. A little bird lit down on Henry Lee. Come take him by his lily white hands, come take him by his feet, and throw him in this deep, deep well which is more than 100 feet. And the wind did howl, the wind did blow, la 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 la, la 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 lee. A little bird lit down on Henry Lee. Lie there, little Henry Lee, till the flesh drops from your bones. For the girl you have in that merry green land can wait forever for you to come home. And the wind did howl, the wind did blow, la 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 la, la 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 lee. A little bird lit down on Henry Lee. La 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 la, la 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 lee. A little bird lit down on Henry Lee. La 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 la, la 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 lee. A little bird lit down on Henry Lee. Thank you, everyone. Now, as promised, we have more murders. First, just one more murder song. Just checking this. Now, this song is the one that's got the most murders in it that I know. It was recommended to me by Celia and Alistair, so I'm always grateful to them for that. And it's Tom Learer's song, The Irish Ballad. So some of you will know this, and I hope you'll join in on the last couple of lines of each verse. Are you ready? Cool. Okay. Are you ready for some really serious gore in this one? Don't be having your dinner. About a girl, I'll sing you a song, rickety tickety tin. About a girl, I'll sing you a song. She didn't have her family long. Not only did she do them wrong, but she did every one of them in. She did every one of them in. One morning in a fit of pique, a rickety tickety tin. One morning in a fit of pique, she drowned her father in the creek. The water tasted bad for a week, so she had to make do with gin. With gin, she had to make do with gin. Her mother, she could never stand a rickety tickety tin. Her mother, she could never stand, and so a cyanide soup she planned. Her mother died with a spoon in her hand, and her face in a hideous grin, a grin, her face in a hideous grin. She weighed her brother down with stones, rickety tickety tin. She weighed her brother down with stones, and sent him off to meet Davy Jones. All they ever found was some bones, and occasional pieces of skin, occasional pieces of skin. She set her sister's hair on fire, rickety tickety tin. She set her sister's hair on fire, and as the smoke and the flame rose higher, she danced around the funeral pyre, playing a violin, playing a violin. One day she found she'd nothing to do, rickety tickety tin. One day she found she had nothing to do, so she chopped her baby brother in two. She served him up as an Irish stew, and invited the neighbours in, invited the neighbours in. And when at last the police came by, rickety tickety tin, and when at last the police came by, her terrible deed she did not deny, for to do so she would have had to lie, and lying she knew was a sin, yes, lying she knew was a sin. Thank you. Now then, while we're on the subject of lying, I'm going to sing you a song from my upcoming album. And this album is called Into the Woods, and it's all really like reinventions of fairy tales. And so this one is a version of The Emperor's New Clothes and the Cassandra myth. And you can probably guess who it's about, to be honest. Current news and lying. I'll just say that. It's called The Liar and the Tailor. The tailor had a special gift, or perhaps it was a curse, but she knew the truth of everything, for better or for worse. She'd learned to keep it to herself, to smile and nod away, for nobody wanted to hear the truth, not really, not these days. But the more time passed, the more it seemed that truthful lines were blurred. There were hundreds of different versions now of everything you heard, and yet it always seemed to be that the ones who were believed were the ones whose lies and fictions met the worst of mankind's needs. And the agony of knowing when they don't want you to share, or the agony of knowing when you just can't make them care. It's the agony of knowing was more than she could bear. Most dangerous was their leader, who had built his life on greed, who scattered lies and half-truths for the sharks around to feed. Too many of the people now had fallen for his charm, so the tailor resolved to stop him before he did the truth more harm. Well, she started off her own lie that she'd cut the finest suit, that only the finest man would wear, only the most astute. The idiots and the common folk would believe there was nothing there. Only the greatest leader could appreciate something so rare. And the agony of knowing when they don't want you to share, or the agony of knowing when you just can't make them care. It's the agony of knowing was more than she could bear. To the arrogant, greedy leader, well, this was the perfect bait. To get his hands upon that suit, he really couldn't wait. He modelled it with pride, and as he stood before the press, they coughed and blushed and hid their fear that in fact he was undressed. Until at last the laughs broke up and turned into a roar. On every screen across the land, the people watched in awe. So obvious was this latest lie that it broke the spells it cast. The tailor's plan had worked, and now the truth was heard at last. 'Cause the agony of knowing when they don't want you to share, or the agony of knowing when you just can't make them care. It's the agony of knowing was more than she could bear. Oh, the agony of knowing when they don't want you to share, the agony of knowing when you just can't make them care. It's the agony of knowing was more than she could bear. Right, next is one for everyone to join in on. I know some of you know this. It's got a great chorus.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a song by Don Freed, all about the trials of being a pirate. It's a good one for Weymouth, I think. And please do join in on the choruses, or anything else if you know it. Being a pirate is all fun and games until somebody loses an ear. It drips down your neck and it falls on the deck until someone shouts out, "What's this here?" You can't wear your glasses or chat up the lasses. Your friends have to shout so you'll hear. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an ear. But it's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. So that would be your bit next time, okay? Being a pirate is all fun and games until somebody loses an eye. It stings like the blazes, it makes you pull faces. You can't let your mates see you cry. A dashing black patch will cover the hatch and make sure the socket stays dry. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses an eye. But it's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games until somebody loses a hand. It spurts and it squirts and it jolly well hurts. It's a pain only pirates could stand. Or the fashionable look is a nice metal hook but now you can't play in the band. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a hand. But it's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games until somebody loses a leg. It hurts like the dickens, your pace never quickens, just hopping around on a peg. Want a sweetheart to marry, too long you have tarried, cause now you can't kneel down and beg. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a leg. But it's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Being a pirate is all fun and games until somebody loses a head. It falls with a thud and it's covered in blood and your beard is all sticky and red. You can't comb your hair cause your head's over there, but beside that by now you'll be dead. Being a pirate is all fun and games till somebody loses a head. But it's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Oh, it's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. It's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate with all of your parts. Right, the next one is a song about the lifeboats. It's Liam Clancy's song, Home from the Sea. I know some people know that. Fliss knows that, I'm looking at Fliss. You know Home from the Sea, don't you? Yay! So please do sing along. On a cold winter's night, with a storm at its height, a lifeboat answered the call. They pitched and they tossed, till we thought they were lost, as we watched from the harbour wall. Though the night was pitch black, there was no turning back, for someone was waiting out there, and each volunteer had to live with his fear, as they joined in a silent prayer. Oh, carry us home, home, home from the sea. Angels of mercy, answer our plea, and carry us home, home, home from the sea. Carry us safely home from the sea. They battled their way past the mouth of the bay. It was blowing like never before. As they gallantly fought, every one of them thought of loved ones back on the shore. Then a flicker of light, and they knew they were right. There she was on the crest of a wave. She's an old fishing boat and she's barely afloat. Please God, there are souls left to save. Oh, carry us home, home, home from the sea. Angels of mercy, of the stairs to wait for the radio call. And just before dawn, when all hope was gone, came a hush and a faraway sound. 'Twas the coxswain, he roared, all survivors on board, thank God, and we're homeward bound. Oh, carry us home, home, home from the sea. Angels of mercy, answer our plea, and carry us home, home, home from the sea. Carry us safely home from the sea. Oh, carry us home, home, home from the sea. Angels of mercy, answer our plea, and carry us home, home, home from the sea. Carry us safely home from the sea. Thank you. Beautiful singing out there.
Good as it gets.
Okay, we'll stick with the sea theme for a minute or two, seeing as we are in Weymouth, beautiful Weymouth with the beautiful sea. And this is a song using the lyrics of John Masefield, so it's Sea Fever, but put to music, the poem Sea Fever. I must go down to the sea again, to the lonely sea in the sky. All I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. The wheels kick in the wind, song the white sails shaking. The grey mist on the sea's face, grey dawn breaking. I must go down to the sea again for the call of the running tide. It's a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying, the flung spray and the blown waves, seagulls crying. Okay, this next one is another traditional folk song. I call it the Oak and the Ash and the Bonny Ivy Tree. Lots of other people will call it the North Country Maid, I think. And I've been really cheeky and have changed it from North Country to West Country as well, seeing as we are in the West. And this is another one that's on my new album. Oh, and it's basically about a woman who moves to London and hates it, which I can understand. She wants to be back in the West Country. A West Country maid down to London has strayed, although with her nature it did not agree. She's wept and she's sighed, she's wrung her hands and cried. Oh, I wish once again in the West I could be, where the oak and the ash and the bonny ivy tree will flourish and grow in my own country. Now sadly I roam and I long for my home, for where lads and lassies are making the hay, with the bells they do ring and the little birds they sing. Oh, never from my place in the West I would stray, where the oak and the ash and the bonny ivy tree will flourish and grow in my own country. No doubt if I please I could marry with ease, for where bonny lassies or young men come by. But the lad that I wed must be West Country bred, and set up our home under southwestern sky. will flourish and grow in my own country. I am a maiden today, and a maid I will stay until my own country again I do see. For here in this place I'll never see the face of the one who is meant for my true love to be. With the yoke and the ash and the bonny ivy tree will flourish and grow in my own country. With the yoke and the ash and the bonny ivy tree will flourish and grow in my own country. Sorry for these pauses while I keep having to have water. You can all watch me drink water. We need to get a microphone for Tobias, really, don't we, so he can entertain you all in between. So this next one, we're staying with a kind of woodland theme. This is another one that I wrote. Another one from the new album, and there is copies, like sort of, I was going to say counterfeit, I don't mean that, I mean like under the counter copies, because it doesn't get launched till August. But we have some copies that I can sell, because coming here I didn't want you to have to pay postage if you do want one. So this is all about woodpeckers, and it's based on true facts that I looked up on the internet, so must be true. And woodpeckers, they like different trees for different things. So one of the things, they like oaks for eating the acorns, basically. And they like pine, because it's got this nice sap that they drink. But their favourite tree, the one they tend to go to most, is actually dead trees. So I thought that was quite an interesting idea. So this is a song, it's kind of like beauty being in the eye of the beholder, really, isn't it? Trees in this forest of mine. trees in this forest of mine. I've tried out many a few, but this is the tree, this dead old tree. This is the tree for me. Yes, this is the tree, this dead old tree. This is the tree for me. All those almond, aspen, ash and oak, pine and birch and yew. There's so many trees in this forest of mine. I've tried out many a few, but this is the tree, this dead old tree. This is the tree for me. Yes, this is the tree, this dead old tree. This is the tree for me.
Me? Am I in your way?
No.
That's all right. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I
We've got one more song for you, and I think it's time you all joined in again. I know, well, you did. I saw some of you singing the last one, so that's great. And this is one I know you know. You've got no excuse whatsoever. And maybe if we sing this one, it will make the weather turn a bit sunnier, a bit nicer. So, you're ready for Wild Mountain Time. To believe the summertime is coming. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme goes around the purple heather. Where you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go. I will build my love a bower by yon crystal flowing fountain, and on it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Where you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go. If my true love will not go, I can surely find another where the wild mountain thyme goes around the purple heather. Where you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go. I will build my love a shelter on yon high mountain green. My love shall be the fairest that the summer sun has seen. Where you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go, where you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go. Lovely, thank you. run out of cheerful ones. I want you now. Right, we're going to say we're getting you all to sing. We have got one that's still... got one about beer.
Oh, yes, I said look that.
Thought that might work. I don't think we practiced this one, but... never mind, it's about beer. Okay, you are ready to join in. And if anybody's got beer, you better be waving your pints around. I can't see many people with beer yet. Maybe I should be looking at the pub, that might help. Iain's got a beer. Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all my tin with the lassies drinking gin. Now over Western Ocean I must wander. And where are me boots, me noggin, noggin boots? They're all gone for beer and tobacco. For the heels they are worn out, and the soles are kicked about, and my toes are looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all my tin with the lassies drinking gin. Now all the Western Ocean I must wander. And where is me shirt, me noggin, noggin shirt? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. For the collar is all worn, and the sleeves they are all torn, and the tail is hanging out for better weather. It's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all my tin with the lassies drinking gin. For all the Western Ocean I must wander. Well, I'm sick in the head, for I haven't been to bed, not since I came ashore with me plunder. I see centipedes and snakes, and I'm full of pains and aches, so I better make a push out over yonder. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all my tin with the lassies drinking gin. Now all the Western Ocean I must wander. Oh, it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all my tin with the lassies drinking gin. Now all the Western Ocean I must wander. Thank you. One morning in a fit of pique, a rickety tickety tin. One morning in a fit of pique, she drowned her father in the creek. The water tasted bad for a week, so she had to make do with gin, with gin. She had to make do with gin. Her mother, she could never stand